All right, regarding Cuba's situation right now, we're just in a conversation with this guy. He says, of course not, because every other communist utopia in the world has a history of resounding success. Okay, yeah, just the usual rhetoric. So, yeah, I should have said this the last time, but I was typing this on a phone, so it's not, it's not very well typed. Where was I here? I was talking about how East Germany and Slovenia, their situation, they were at disadvantages, but they were still able to, get things done. Then, by the way, with Slovenia, by the end of their communist period, they actually were more comparable to like Austria is in standard of living than they were to the rest of the republics. So, yeah, they maintained it properly. Okay, that's what you can hope for is just average in any system. When you're judging it, you can only hope for. I mean, you can only assume that they're going to reach the average because that's what most countries do. So if they ever exceed that, if they ever exceed the average, that means they're doing something right. And again, they probably were exceeding the average, but the problem is they had to pay for other republics. Now let's get on to USSR had decades of success in comparison to other times in Russian history, even though they had absolutely terrible leaders. That should tell you something. Now this is an important point because so they didn't, for one thing, they didn't deserve they came out of World War II like one of the top two powers. They didn't deserve that because obviously it was a situation that they got into because Europe basically destroyed themselves. So they had basically a fluke of an advantage and became got in that situation. But however, they did compete with the USA, who the USA had all the advantages in the world, and USA didn't deserve any of that either. So USA had all the advantages in the world, more advantages that you could ever imagine, but USSR was still competing with them in some aspects. So that's impressive, okay? Especially despite their terrible leadership. So, you really have to consider these other factors. You have to consider the situations that countries are in. Russia, or Soviet Union, I should say, was not in the same situation as the USA after World War II. Okay, they were completely destroyed. And they're coming from way, way less technological inheritance than the USA, because USA received technological inheritance directly from Britain. So USA also is just in a better area for having advantages. So there's all sorts of factors in this, which is why you have to separate these factors from the consequences of the actual economic systems. It's two different things.